Hello, everyone. You listen to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McCain. I am here with Christopher Stancil, aka Sexy Boy Chris. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good, man. So, my first question to ask you is, where did the nickname Sexy Boy Chris come from?
Man, so I've always been kind of like a confident guy. Like I'm not one of those guys where even if I take losses or like you try to like demean me, I'm gonna let it get to me. And when I was younger, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of a little like ugly. I was an ugly little kid, man. But I just had so much confidence. And one day I was just sitting in my room and I was making up like gamer tag, and I was like Sexy Boy Chris. And I typed it in and it worked, so I just ran with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's dope. That's dope. I mean, it's innovative.
It
I
is
respect it. I respect it, bro. So my next question to you is, when did your love for mixed martial arts begin?
13. When I was 13, nah, I ain't even gonna say 13. It was 2011, so I was like 12. I remember John Jones was 21 years old, and it was the first fight he fought Andre Guzman. That was the first fight that I ever seen. And to see that skinny black dude, like just some like skinny fat black dude with like what a year and a half of training, just walk into the UFC and start ragdolling people. I
Mm.
was like, I got to try that.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So outside of John Bones Jones, who are also some of the great fighters that you like wanted to emulate and looked up to when you were a kid?
Douglas, Douglas Lima, John Jones, Alexander Gustafsson, Rumble. If you don't like Rumble, we just cannot be friends. Rumble on go. Josh, Josh Koscheck, GSP, BJ Penn, jo-
Mm.
Jose Aldo, man, the leg kick that he put on Uriah Faber really got me hooked, man, on him when he just tore up dude leg was just purple. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Okay, so your love for the fight game began when you were about 12 years old. But when was the first time you put on them gloves and you really started to practice and train?
All right, so check this out. So I've been at my gym about a year and a half. I started taking it seriously like around about April. Like
Really?
before then, man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I used to like half-ass show up, bro, to class. People, man, be like rolling. I'm just sitting there on the ground. I ain't gonna lie about it. I used to half-ass a lot of shit.
Mm. Wow, I got you. So what led you to take it more seriously?
The people around me,
Mm.
my dad,
What did they do? What are the conversations that
it
y'all
was
had that motivated you?
always telling me, hey, you've been saying that you want to do this. Why you sitting here half-assing it? Just if you're gonna do it now. I was like, man, all right, school. I'll try it. I'll take it up seriously, and we'll see how far I've gotten. Like, I've gotten better in the past 3 months at jiu-jitsu than I have over the course of like the first year.
Wow, I got you. So you have two amateur fights right now,
Yep.
and both of them were losses. But I'm gonna just tell you this right now: the way that you fight, I definitely can see where you could be a professional fighter one day. With the two losses, what are some of the things that you can learn from your experiences? So when you see the next man in the cage, oh, he's gonna get that L.
And so my first fight against Sheldon, I mean, realistically, kind of was a bad matchup. Dude had a lot more experience than like we thought. Although he was on a 4 fight losing streak at the time that I fought him, we was kind of like underestimating dude. But then I look back at some of the people that beat him, and they were studs. Like they were studs. Like
Mm.
he got beat by Joseph Pfeiffer, who was on track to be in the UFC. So he got beat by some studs. And I took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. I didn't take cardio seriously. I ain't even gonna lie. Man, I used to not take a lot of stuff seriously because I guess I'm 6'3" at 170, so I rely heavily on like athleticism to kind of play sports, and it was just a bad. I ain't gonna say it was a bad matchup. Dude came out, he pressed me up against the cage early. I was thinking, man, he ain't really this dang strong. And then he high crotched me, turned me sideways in my head. Boom. I was there for like 2 minutes. I couldn't get up. And I calmed down. I was like, all right, this is not practice. You were actually inside of a fight. Fuck this man up. So I flattened out, shrimped out. I came out the back. I mounted him, and I promise should have got the finish in the first round. Dude went limp. Dude was like this. I'm in the mountain, just tearing dude face up. Referee did not call it. I make it to the end of the first round. Second round was kind of slow. Third round, I took him down. I was dominating. But then that whole experience and the cardio thing came in, and he dropped me. Second fight with the upright. Realistically, I had the same game plan for him that Kamaru Usman had for like Tyron. Big dude, a lot of muscles. Plant him on his back, make him work to get up. He gonna get the muscles gonna have they gonna have to wear out. They need oxygen, and it's hard to get oxygen when you got to carry another guy weight because he's on top of you and ain't getting up. So what I've learned in those two fights is after the first fight with Sheldon, I learned cardio and pacing and not letting my nerves get to me. After the second fight with the upright, I learned to not really do dumb stuff, not get caught up in the fact that you're ahead, because just because you win in the race don't mean you ain't gonna lose the race, because we ain't got to the end yet.
The tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's just about now playing it smart and working on my hands, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So when you're in the octagon, man, like you have to have a certain level of savagery about you, because you have to go in there and you have to knock somebody out. Like Austin Troutman, I just interviewed him yesterday. He talked about how, yeah, he's a killer. He was like, look, man, I have to knock him out or he's gonna knock me out. Like that's what's gonna have to happen. And so from your perspective, mentally, where do you go at when you're in the octagon? Just you and him. There's no more of the crowds. It's just you and him.
So contrary to what I think happens to a lot of fighters, they let they nerves get to them. You can ask anybody that has known me since I was like a little kid. When I was in like middle school and high school, man, I used to get into a lot of fist fights. Like I used to be kind of like a bully. So I used to get into my fair share of fist fights. And for me, when I stepped into the cage, it was the equivalent of, like, as I say, when you're fighting in high school and like everybody go to the bathroom, and you know how you like get in there and you cut, and you got to cut that corner, and everybody crowd up behind you, and like you kind of like realize, all right, I'm really in a fight. I ain't going nowhere. So it's like then it turns into a kill, a be killed mentality.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to wake up tomorrow. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch body bags and toe tags.
Hey, I understand that, brother. I understand that. So Ultimate Battlegrounds 5 was a good event, but they got another one coming up in February. Is that something where you running back to on February 6th?
Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there any?
I think Vincent and them have seen more growth in me. Even inside losses, they've seen more growth in me in the past 2 fights than you will see in most fighters in like a year.
I can feel that. I can feel that for sure, man, for sure. So like, you talked about patience for your first fight. You talked about your second fight You said kill or be killed, correct?
Kill or be
Or,
killed.
and then the cardio. Okay. So for this next fight, um, what are some of the things that you really like want to do? Do you like want to finish him like in the first round, like tops, or do you like want to wait it out, have the like what visually?
Man, visually, I like to visualize myself as literally I like to fight. I ain't gonna say like Kamar Usman. I'm gonna say more like hmm. Like knockouts and submissions I don't really look for them necessarily. If if the finish is there, it's gonna show itself.
Mm,
Hurt you.
That's what you wrong with.
okay.
I just want to hurt you. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to hurt you.
We don't get paid to go past. We don't get paid to go past 1 round.
He got a point.
What do you say?
We didn't get paid to go past 1 round.
Hey,
We don't get paid now. But I get what you're saying.
hey, I respect that. I respect that.
See, but like
Okay.
at the same time, to contradict what he said, you see a lot of knockout artists like Apollo Costa or like a Rumble. Heck, man,
Mm,
Ngannou when he fought Stipe, he hit Stipe with everything that he had, but when Stipe was still there, what happened? He realized I don't got enough to go to. But then you got people like John. John is a methodical assassin.
yes.
John ain't really focused on necessarily finishing you. He just trying to set you up just to hurt you. At
That's a
some point,
fact.
he can finish you. He just said he just setting out little like traps and stuff just to see where you go. Like when he fought DC, he told him, "I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you in the body until you drop your hands, and then I'm gonna kick you in the head." And what happened? The
That's
whole
exactly what happened.
first 2 rounds, he was just nailing him, body shot, body shot, body shot. Set him up, head kicked him, finished him.
That's a fact. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not even about necessarily like, it's just about setting up the game plan. I like to fight like a sniper. I'm trying to set you up to set you up to hurt you. And when I finally do find my kill shot, I'm committing to it.
That's a fact.
In the
Okay.
chamber, committing to it.
Understood. Understood. So my next question to you is, how long do you want to be in the fight game? And secondly, when you put the gloves away, when people look at you in your fight career, what do you think people? What do you want people to think about you in your career as a fighter, as a person?
I want to revolutionize the game, like the same way that a fighter like Muhammad Ali revolutionized like the game back before he showed up heavy. The heavyweight fighters were like considered slow and just brawlers. Then he came in with this like sweet footed jab, bouncing, like footwork, everything. Like he changed the game both for fighters and then with what he did on the outside, he changed the game for people. That's my overall. Oh, I'm not here to fight for fun. Like I told you, even though I lost, I'm an amateur. Now, when I get to the pros, I'm chasing the very top of the mountain, and when I get there, I'm staying there until somebody dethrone me. And just because you sit there and dethrone me, don't mean I'm about to just stop fighting. Now I'll come back up the mountain, and when I leave, I'm taking everything with me. Everything that I can get now, while it's still there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you talked about Muhammad Ali and how he revolutionized the game of boxing, in the ring and outside the ring. So we talked about inside the ring. You said you want to dominate, you want to go for the mountain, and then if somebody knocks you off, you're gonna climb back again. But when it comes to outside the ring, what are some of the things that you want to do to enhance the culture, to help people?
I think a lot of people like a lot of people get into a stalemate of life or they just don't have confidence. Like at this point, I've seen a lot of people lose. Heck, my coach has told me that he's seen fighters, man, that fight one time and get beat as bad as I did in my first fight and get just KO'd and they'll never fight again. Especially in like 4 weeks. I took mine back in 4 weeks. So for me, as far as the outside life goes, it's showing people that it's okay to take a loss, because sometimes a loss is what you need to kind of get that hunger, to want further. Sometimes you just gotta fall.
A loss isn't a loss. A loss is a lesson.
Exactly. I don't call it losses. I call it learning.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, best way that I look at it is, and this gonna sound corny, when you see like, you know, a newborn like a deer, the things can't run for like the first 3 days. They fall off and everything, struggling to get it. But when they finally do get up and run, they're gone. Shit, like they gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that. It's, you know, you gotta get those training wheels in. Once you get those training wheels in, then you can learn how to ride a bike for real.
And I think a lot of people, they don't have something else to believe in. When they lose themselves, they don't have nothing else to like believe in. And for me, I just want to show that it's okay to feel like you're a failure to yourself, but it's not okay to let that dictate the rest of your life. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself for all the 5 minutes. When I lost, you can ask anybody that was on my team. I was mad. I was like in the back. I wasn't crying. I was just mad. I woke up the very next day. I watched my dang fight, and I was like, all right, pick it out, get it right. We're going back. Simple as, I mean, I'm not about to sit here and dwell on it, because if you stalemate in life, what's the point of living? You always got to take a risk, take a chance. Just do something to try to be a better person than you were yesterday.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think that people, they overvaluate losses. You know, people don't want to take chances.
Yeah. They're scared.
You know, they're scared. And you cannot be in this game of life. Like, you as a fighter, like, you put the work in. You got to eat different. You got to train different. You're putting yourself in front of a group of people who wouldn't fight in the same situation that you're doing. And whatever happens in the case, it's whatever happens. But you did it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So shout out to you, man, because I definitely think when I see you fight, I see a fighter who could do some real damage. And I think some of these lessons that you're learning, it could really be something in you that could be huge in the future, bro. I see it.
I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir. So where can people find you on social media? I know you got a YouTube channel. I know you probably got a gaming channel too. I know you got something like that.
Nah, I mean, I'm just strictly on like Instagram, Snapchat. You already know, Sexy Boy Chris, and that's sexy with a I and an E instead of a Y. So it's SEXIEBOY Chris, Sexy Boy Chris.
Got you. You heard it here. Christopher Stancil, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate your time, bro. Have a blessed day.
I see y'all in February.
See you in February, brother.